into the little teamies chat?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Happy New Year, everyone.
Hey.
Yay.
Oh, boss babe in our jammies.
Yes, you are. There is quite a few of them jammies. I like it. I like it.
I've been sleeping. I look like my jammies.
I just have a big blankie on. I'm good.
Some of your faces I feel like I haven't seen in so long. It's lovely to
Not
see.
since last year.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's long.
Hilarious, Melissa.
Thank you.
I grabbed a foot, guys.
Hang on.
Sorry?
I grabbed a foot today
Oh,
in
What
my
do you
big
mean?
fat belly.
how cute.
Oh, full. Oh, your baby. What are you talking about?
Out like under my rib cage, and you could like see the little foot.
Oh, wow.
That's so cute.
A little bit painful, but very.
That's awesome.
Nicole, how are you feeling so close to the big day?
Yeah, starting to feel the nerves, but I'm
Yeah.
okay.
You're all
Oh,
sorted
great.
now? Do you have, wasn't it shoes that you didn't have?
Yeah, got the shoes. I
Fabulous.
bought 2 pairs of shoes.
Fabulous. Just
One hurt my feet. Yep.
Gotta have options.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I think I'm gonna record because a couple of the girls couldn't get on tonight. So I'll record it and then I'll chuck it up on YouTube. But I'm not always gonna record them. I'll just record the first one because I literally gave you like 8 hours notice about tonight. But usually they won't be recorded. It will just be like if you can jump on, you can jump on. So I'm just going to mute everyone.
Aww.
Otherwise we end up with like back
Yeah.
stuff coming
Yeah.
through. How do I do it? If you guys want to mute yourselves,
Yeah, we can do that.
because I can't figure out how I mute everyone.
Bye.
I'll press record. Bye. But if you've got a question, like unmute yourself and jump in. It's more so just for like background noise and when you're clicking at your computer and stuff like that. So if you have a question at any point, just jump in and ask away. All right, let me record. Boom. Okay. Well, to start off with, congratulations, Verity. Well done, well done, well done. New district manager. Very exciting. And she smashed it. She went past by 1100 QV to finish out district in December. So that is an absolutely amazing achievement. And what a way to end 2018 and start the year with new goals and new direction. This month, I don't know if you've seen it online, but there is a special incentive for January where you can finish out district manager in 1 month with 3,500 QV. So if you do 3,500 QV success line, minimum of 1,000 PQV, and then 3,500 success line this month, you will be a district manager in February. Which is amazing. They've never done that before. So to have the opportunity to be able to close it out in 1 month, why not? Because 3,500 is what you'd want to do month 1 to then finish it off month 2 anyway. But this way you just get to do it. So that's really exciting. So if you haven't already sort of sat down and thought about your goals, for every single person in this team who is a consultant, that should be your goal. 3,500, finish out DM. It's never going to be easier than that for you. Because if you're finishing it out over 3 months, it's 2,5, 2,5, 2,5, or over 2 months, it's 3,5, 2,5. So why not just do the 3,5 and finish it all in 1 month? Done. So I would encourage you to write that down, put it everywhere that you see throughout the day. So it's just constantly in your mind and you can move forward from there. So a couple of little things I'm going to talk through tonight, but first off I wanted to talk about like how the new structure of how we're going to be running things. I've changed it up because everyone in this team is super busy. and everybody works at least one job. There's some people that work 2, and I even think there's someone that works 3 jobs. And getting together every week is fabulous and I love it, but moving online is going to save us a lot of time. It's going to allow people to have more access to resources and training, and it's also going to help us to plug in more, because we can just jump on at 7:30 on a Wednesday night for 30 minutes, which is much easier than driving somewhere every single week. But we are going to keep that once a month, or some months it may end up twice a month, but every 4 weeks we're going to be in person for our hour of power. And I think that that's still a really important part of the culture that we're building as well. But then obviously, as the team grows, we're going to get more global and more people on the East Coast, and then getting together in person. It doesn't work when you've got a global business anyway. So moving to online is actually allowing us to spread our wings a little bit more and go more global and just work smarter and not harder, because that's what being an entrepreneur is all about. It's about making it work, and I feel like transitioning to more online is going to make it work better for us. And something that I've done for myself moving into 2019, knowing it's going to be a really busy year, is I have already scheduled in my blocks of time of when I'm going to be doing what. So everybody that is on this call right now, everybody works a job. So I suggest that you do this too. So for me, what I've chosen to do is from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. is my teaching time. And so between those hours, I'm not even going to be replying to any Arbonne messages or anything like that, because I'm going to fully work through my lunch breaks, fully work through my dot. I'm literally going to be in hardcore teacher mode, and then as soon as 4:30 hits, from 4:30 to 9, I'm Arbonne. And so for me, that's going to work for me. So I would suggest for you that you find your blocks. Where are you going to be working your business? So I'm an all-in kind of person. So by me going all in and doing teaching at that time, and then going all in and it's all about Arbonne between those hours, I find that I'm much more efficient and effective, and that way I'm not feeling guilty ever for not doing stuff in certain time, because this is my Arbonne time, this is my work time. So maybe thinking about your schedule, at least for the next couple of months, because planning that schedule out ahead of time is really how you plan for success. Because if you're not planning in those chunks of time, next thing you know, it's going to be February, then it's going to be March, April, and it's going to be December again. And it's just crazy how time just rolls on by. That's why scheduling is so important. So I've made a new strategy form. The strategy form, well, it looks pretty dang similar to what it used to be. The only changes, let me just bring it up for you guys. I've only made just a couple of changes on them. There's share my screen. Okay, so the only changes I've made is this side bit here. So I've added in our Limitless Life online training, which is what we're doing right now. And then we've got our 2 hours of power. So one is online together on Zoom, one's in person. I've left the Nation training and the Discover Arbonne on there. I've had some conversations with a few of you in the team about if we really commit to these Wednesday nights and we're doing the training and we're listening to the Monday night Zoom calls and we're plugging in and we're listening to lots of books, I would be happy for people to not go to the Nation training or Discover Arbonne, because for people who live south, it's sort of like a 3.5, 4 hour chunk out of your week. But that's if we really get this rolling with training and if we get plugged into a lot of different stuff. So, but I've left it on there for the meantime, just as we transition and see what we feel is best. But of course, those are still resources for us that if we want to go, we go. And then I've added this bit in here as well for us to track what are we reading, what are we listening to for the month, because I think that it's important to actually be able to see it on paper and be like, okay, well, what have I actually listened to this month? What am I filling my mind with this month? Because it's such an important piece of the puzzle that is our businesses. That personal development is huge, and it's really going to be a focus for our team for 2019 is going to be filling up with training, reading lots of personal development books, because that's really where you're going to see your business just absolutely explode. So I've added those on there. That is on our Facebook page. So print it out every month. You could even print out 12 of them this month, have them ready to go for 2019, have a little file. So you're just ready, you're prepared. You know that that is what you're holding yourself accountable to. I would just encourage you, so it's the 2nd today, tomorrow's the 3rd, tomorrow do all the activity for the first 3 days and commit to that strategy form and tick every box every day for January, and then back it up again in February. And I guarantee you, you're going to be a district manager well on your way to area. So it's all about, I guess, coming into 2019, yes, we're going to ramp up the training and everything, but we know what we have to do. It's there. It's on our strategy sheet. We know how to rock this business. We know that we just need to do those asks. We need to work on our vision. We need to be doing personal development. Now it's just about doing it. Coming into 2019, it's saying, okay, I'm actually going to commit to this activity and see my business flourish, because when you're committing to the activity, you don't need to worry about, oh, when am I going to make it to district? When am I going to make it to area? It's going to happen. Commit yourself to the activity and your business is going to flourish. So definitely print those out, put that on your to-do list for tonight before you go to bed, or tomorrow if you don't have a printer. Next thing on my list. Okay, so when it comes to plugging into more trainings, yes, we're going to have these ones every 2nd week. That's not enough though. We each individually need to be plugging into stuff. So on the source, if you go to the source and then click audio trainings, sorry, my throat's a bit trapped in. If you click audio trainings, it will take you to the Arbonne SoundCloud. And on there is audio trainings, which are between like 8 minutes and 25 minutes long, about everything. Listened to a 10-minute training in the morning while you're getting ready for work. I know Marika, she listens to trainings while she's doing her makeup in the morning in front of the mirror. What a great idea. Simply adding in a 10-minute training every morning while you're getting ready could be the thing that sees your business absolutely boom. Because by listening to a short little snippet of Arbonne specific training every day, it's in the forefront of your mind and you're thinking about it. It creates more, you'll get more creative in your business. You'll be thinking more about it when you're in conversations with people. So it's not just about learning from that training, but it's actually about setting yourself in a state of this is my business and this is what I'm doing. So plug into those. And if you listen to one, say you listen to like an awesome 10-minute one while you're doing your makeup in the morning and you thought that it was really great, please chuck it up on the Limitless page and say, hey guys, I listened to this training this morning, it was awesome. And then we all listen to it that day. So when we're finding these resources, sharing it with each other. The other places you can find awesome trainings is still on SoundCloud, but just type in Arbonne or find an MVP that you really like and type in their name. They all chuck their trainings up on there. And you can find them, or YouTube. There's so many amazing Arbonne trainings on YouTube as well. So there's no lack of where we can find this stuff. I remember when I started my business, no one told me where trainings were. I just Googled the shit out of it and found so many, and I just listened and listened and listened to Arbonne trainings. And do the same thing that I've told you before. If you're listening to one, you're a few minutes in, 5 minutes in, and it's not resonating, leave it. Find a new one. There's no point wasting your time on something that's not resonating with you. It's about finding the things that work for you. The other thing to plug into is the Monday night Zoom call trainings. They're just so amazing. And I know Megan's not on here right now, but Megan's been religiously listening to those every Monday night. I think she's even been jumping on live, and she said that they're game changer. They've been a game changer for her. So that's a whole resource library. There's 52 calls in there. So don't even worry about SoundCloud or YouTube. You've got 52 calls to get through on there for your training. So plugging into something, whether it be 10 minutes or 30 minutes, every single day. And that's really going to just create more energy around what you're doing. Couple that with doing your vision every day, and you are absolutely unstoppable. So your vision for 2019, I would suggest reflecting upon that. Mine is changing heaps. That's why we've got our vision board day coming up. So I really, really, really love it if you come prepared to that vision board day with already your written vision done. So that gives you 10 days between now and then to have something on paper, and then the pictures that you bring or on a USB, just bring them on a USB, print them at my printer because I have such cheap printing, color printing, that those pictures should reflect what you've written for your vision. So when you're reading your vision, you're looking at your vision board. Your vision board's not this separate thing with random pictures on it. It's meaningful, it's purposeful. So by working on your vision, I just want to remind you what this creates. So by speaking out your vision over yourself every single morning and every single night, you're going to create physical energy. And there's 6 different ways that that physical energy moves in your life that create success. So first off, it gives you long-term enthusiasm. Long-term enthusiasm. We all need some of that. It's easy to be enthusiastic for 2 days. Anyone can be enthusiastic for 2 days. But to be enthusiastic for all of 2019, that's a completely different story. Your vision's going to do that for you. It creates courage. So by speaking out who you are and what you already have, it creates this courage in you to just blaze on through. And you're not even thinking about the outcome, you're just thinking about the activity. It creates persistence and it creates bounce back. So when you do get a no, or you do weebling, are we weebling over there? Lisa, I see you laughing at me. So it creates that persistence because your vision's so strong and you know who you are and you know where you're going. Those setbacks, they're not even setbacks. You wouldn't even call it that anymore. It's just a tiny little bump in the road and you keep going. It also creates creativity. So when you're speaking out this vision of who you are, saying whether it be like I'm a thriving area manager with 30 energetic girls on my team, I wake up every morning and I'm so excited to talk to people about my business. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That it creates creativity. So you'll go about your day and you'll get these awesome ideas. You'll go about your day and you'll get these ideas of who to talk to. So sometimes, like when I am so immersed in my vision and I'm being super consistent, I'll be in the shower or eating my breakfast and just names just boop, 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 pop into my head and I can't write them down fast enough on my list. That's creativity, and that's created from your vision. And you also get, this is my favorite one, creative interpretations. So your vision is going to create creative interpretations. We all need this because what it is when you get a no or whatever outcome you get, we can creatively interpret that situation. So we get a no and we could, say we get 4 no's, we could then be like, oh, nobody wants to join my business. Nobody's interested. This just isn't for me. I should quit. Okay. You could creatively interpret that from 4 no's. Or if you are immersed in your vision, from those 4 no's, you're going to say to yourself, oh, I'm so close to my next yes because I know that 1 in 10 people say yes. How different is that interpretation? But that is because of the physical energy that you've created from being immersed in your vision. This is absolute make or break, 100%. If you don't have solid vision, it is so hard to create that long-term enthusiasm. It's so hard to keep bouncing back, but you need to immerse yourself in the fact that you are already that successful person moving forward. So take some time to work through that. Mark 2 with your hair on fire is all you need. It's all you need to create your vision. And you also just need a few key things that you're going to be doing in your day. But you know what? Your strategy sheet, that's it. So doing that 1 ask business, 1 ask product, the time in your vision and the personal development, that's our daily activity. That should be in your vision. So you should be speaking, you should be writing out, like I sit down in my office or my whatever your workspace is on my bed, I take out my list and I'm so excited to text the next person to ask them to take a look at my business. That should be in your vision because that is the daily activity you need to be doing. but then add in all those other things and a lot of emotions. So talk about how you feel. So you say, and I message that person and I feel so proud of myself that I'm moving my business forward. So create like real deep emotions with that. Okay. If anyone needs help with like tweaking their vision, if you've got dot points or anything, feel free to flick it off to me and I'll help you like make it more oomphy or whatever. But have that ready with pictures in mind for the 12th of Jan for Vision Board Day. If you can't make it to Vision Board Day, that obviously I understand people have lives as well, that they do stuff like getting married and going on honeymoons, whatever. And you just will have to get some time in the next few weeks to get your vision board done, because it is an important thing to have done. Okay. Last thing, two more things. Oh, I've got 7 minutes. 2 more things I want to talk about, and then I'll open it up for questions. So going into 2019, I feel like the word for the team is belief. I think it's the word for Arbonne, belief. Building belief. We build belief in 4 areas. You'll always hear me say this: yourself, the industry, the company, and the products. Yourself, industry, products, company. Those are the 4 areas that we need to have unshakable belief in. To build unshakable belief, we do personal development. We are listening to stuff about the industry. We are going to Arbonne events and listening to Arbonne trainings, and we're using the products. That's how you build your belief. It doesn't happen like that. You can borrow people's belief. So you can borrow my belief in the industry or the company while you're building your own. But there's so many different things, like plugging in like this helps to build your belief. And so it's important to look at yourself, write it down on paper, score yourself from 1 to 5 in each of those 4 areas. If you're a 2 for belief in the industry, but you're a 5 in everything else, you know where to focus your time for your personal development. If you're a 2 for yourself, but you've got high in all the others, focus on personal development that's catered to you as a person, okay? If the products is where you're lower, maybe you need to get a bigger range of stuff and start trying some different things, or learn, maybe ask some questions, maybe ask me some questions about catering your products more to you. So it's all about just reflecting on, okay, where am I at with my belief in these areas? It's an important exercise, I think, to do if you're taking your business really seriously. Because it definitely helps. I mean, for me, I think that I'm a 5 out of 5 in all areas, or maybe a 4 out of 5 for belief in myself, because that's the one thing that I'm always having to work on. But industry, products, company, 5 out of 5. But that's why I can talk to someone just with absolute conviction. But that's built because I've listened to so many trainings, been to the conferences, that belief, it's just little layers as you keep going. So let's focus on that. Belief, put it somewhere, big word somewhere in your office, in your workspace. I said I had one more thing. Yes, AAC. Okay, this is the last thing I want to talk about. Yes, I see some head nods. I like it. AAC should be non-negotiable for you this year. It is absolute game changer for your business. I just can't even. I'm just gonna unmute you, Alyssa. Do you want to just? Oh, I tried to unmute yourself and tell us about that. What did you get out of AAC last year?
Well, I only started like the week before we went to AAC, and I was like, well, why not? I got approved to go, so let's go. And like, I had your solid belief in me and what we were doing, what I was going to build, but it was still like, I don't know, hearing 30 other motivational speakers talk about their story and their testimonies and their belief and their personal development and their stops in the road and blah, 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 that really built up me thinking like, holy shit, I could actually do this too. Because they're human like I am.
Yeah.
And it was just nuts to be surrounded by such like-minded, positive people who are there for the same reasons you are, empowering others, trying to create something and build something that's amazing. So, yeah, definitely going this year. I'm so excited.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
so
you.
Going.
Yeah. And I think that AAC for me, I had the same thing happen to me because I went 5 weeks into my business when I first started. And I remember sitting there thinking, holy shit, these ENVPs, there's nothing that is different between me and them other than time and persistence. The only reason they're there is because they've been here longer than me and they never gave up. So I had that realization, which just has given me such drive. But also what I love about AAC is that you get to see like the home office people. You get to hear from our CEO and head of marketing and the people behind the company, and it gives you such belief in the company, and it gives you such belief in the culture of Arbonne at the core, because you get to see it from the inside instead of just sort of being on the outside wondering, oh, you know, they may be a bunch of dicks at head office and they don't give a shit about us. But at AAC, you actually get to see that you're part of something that is so special. So I think that's another reason to go. And then third reason, we're going to have such a good freaking time. So I ideally would like to have numbers by June. No, probably earlier, May, because we want to book a house. So I would want to know how many people are coming so that we can get a house with enough rooms, enough beds, so that we can all bunk together and just have such an awesome time. So pop that down on your list. The dates are the 22nd to the 24th of August. And the weather in Gold Coast that time of year is bloody brilliant. So we usually fly out midnight Wednesday night, get there Thursday morning, conference is Friday, Saturday, fly back home Sunday. You can go back to work on Monday if you want. Wouldn't recommend it. Take a day off. But yes.
Do we have to be there the Wednesday this year?
No.
Okay. And no, I don't recommend going to work the Monday.
We have a big party Saturday night and take
yes.
So I've got 1 minute left. I'm going to finish with saying you can freaking do it. Yes, you may have taken a couple of weeks over Christmas to sit back and just do sweet FA with your business. I did that, and I'm a motivated freaking woman. I took 2 weeks off my Arbonne business because I just decided that that's what I needed, and I had adrenal fatigue. I was freaking tired. I just needed to sleep. I took 2 weeks off, and so I haven't done anything. But it doesn't mean that I've come into January going, oh no, I've taken 2 weeks off. It's going to be hard to get back into it. I'm like, boom, it is January. I'm ready to go. I believe in myself, but I more so believe in my team. After our team get together at Cottesloe, Felicia afterwards, she just hasn't been able to stop talking about it. She's like, Hayley, there is a nation here. She said every single girl that came to that thing, because she spoke to each one of you individually, she goes, every single one of them is a region, at least. And she said you're all hungry for it too. And that's a big difference. Everybody wants it. We all want the freedom. We all want the time. We all want the financial freedom. We all want to give back. We all want what Arbonne can give us. It's about going, all right, I'm just going to commit and just go for it. I don't care how long it takes me, I'm going for it. Committing to the strategy, committing to plugging in, and just making it just go for it in 2019. I'm not big on putting dates on things. They don't work for me. I'm a date self-sabotager. So if I give myself a date, I've got to be this by this date, I just will self-sabotage the whole way. But that's me. So figure out how you work. Does dates work for you? Does incentive trips work for you? Is Fiji a good thing for you to go for? I don't know, do you want to be something by AAC, or are you like me and dates don't work for you, but daily things do? So for me, that strategy sheet is just everything, because I look at that and I go, well, this is all I need to do today. And I give it my all for that day. Then tomorrow, this is what I need to do today. I just take it one day at a time, but I'm building that belief and I'm building that vision as I go. Okay, so there are things that we're focusing on. Vision, plugging in, sticking to the strategy sheet, and planning for AAC. Yay! I'm so excited. Is there any questions? Any questions? Any queries? You can unmute yourself if you've got a question.
For the AAC, hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Where do we register? Do we need to register? Where do we register?
It's not open yet for registration. Registration usually opens probably around March, I'm guessing. Those of us who, there was like early bird registration that came out. So Nicole, Alyssa and myself, we're already registered. And
I registered as well, so I'm going, just to let you know.
I was like, who is that? Oh, Marika.
Marika.
So there's already 4 of us registered, but yes, you have to wait for the full registration to open. Or maybe not. Marika, did you register for the early bird?
I did early bird, so I'm not sure if it's open now or not.
If it is open, it's in that same section that AIT registration was in.
Okay, cool. Okay.
And also, if anyone wants to come to GTC, still you are welcome. We can,
Yes, do it.
Yeah, there's 3 of us who are going, so we can get a 4-person room, and you can come. So you're welcome. Any other questions? Awesome. I'm so impressed that we've actually kept it to 30 minutes. I'm going to do this. Every time Felicia says it's going to be 30 minutes, it's like 30 minutes. So we're doing a good job, team. We're doing a good job. All right, well, we shall leave it there. Next Wednesday is an online hour of power, and it's at 7 p.m. I didn't make it 7:30 just because it starts to get a bit late to text message people. I feel that between 7 and 8 p.m. is actually a really good time to text message people. So 7 p.m. on here, and that time, yes, we're going to be there doing text messaging together, but it's also going to be a great little hour where if you've got any questions or you want to brainstorm ideas or get people's feedback, that's a great time for us to just sort of be in community together. Okay. And I would love to see links going up of the Monday night calls that you're plugging into, the Learn and Burns you're listening to. Let's get a lot of that happening on our page, the books you're listening to. Let's bounce off each other of what we're plugging into. Okay? Awesome. Yeah. All right, ladies, where's my... Oh, I need to bring this over. There it is. Gonna say goodbye. Bye.